Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Working on the Cars. Today is the Porsche. So actually I'm not working on it today, but I'm just, I've got some parts that have arrived that I'm excited to show you guys. So hopefully these go on without too many dramas. I'm still tossing up if I'm going to do it myself, only because being a UK car, the bolts are a bit rusted for the exhaust system that's come in, and generally even a non-UK car, the bolts on these 911, 997s aren't renowned to be very good. So my biggest concern is if I strip it, strip the nut off the head, especially the bolts on the head, I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. So I'm more than likely, I think, just going to give it to a shop to do this time round, even though I don't like paying for labour. I can do everything myself, but this is one of those things that if I screw it up, the dilemma of dealing with it is just going to be too much. So yeah, so this is a little review of the parts that I bought and tossing up if it was a good choice, bad choice, if I should do it myself, or I should pay someone to do this, because it's a bit of an annoying one. But anyway, this is what I bought. This is the DesignTek X-Pipe. Now, I'll be honest, I was a bit, I don't know, I wasn't 100% sure that if I should go this way, because DesignTek is on the cheaper side, and this stuff is, I'm going to say, made in China. I don't think these aren't made in China, but after looking at it, I think it's made pretty well. And sorry about the sloppy noise coming in the back. It's this bloody thing eating something. I don't know what the hell she's eating, but she's eating something. Anyway, so my biggest concern, let me just fix that up. My biggest concern was quality, because let's be honest, DesignTek stuff, I think it's made in China most of the time, and I was expecting the quality not to be the best, but I think it's actually okay. Like the little, DesignTek ads and, like the welds and stuff, they actually seem pretty good. They give you a couple of gaskets and some extra bolts. Yeah, so this mimics a 200 cell cat. Now, this actually doesn't have cats in it. So I've gone the catless X-Pipe, and it will mimic the cat. So technically it's got O2 sensor locations. On this side, that means that it will not trigger the check engine light. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not too fussed about that, because if I end up keeping the car and I'm happy with it, I'll go a Softronic tune more than likely, which will get rid of the codes anyway. But I wanted this just in case I don't go that way and I sell the car and blah, blah, blah. Okay? So, but quality-wise, man, like, I was expecting worse. So, it's actually quite nice. And I'm excited to do the X-Pipe setup the most, because you get that sort of higher pitch noise with the X-Pipe compared to the over axle pipes that I've seen on the videos that I've seen on YouTube. And no one has actually done it with the DesignTek stuff. So, interested to see how it sort of works out, and interested to see how it'll work on this car, because I've got the PSE, Porsche Sport Exhaust, and I'm going to go a catless X-Pipe, and give me a moment, and I thought while I was there, we will go I'd say equal length headers. I'd say they do kind of look equal lengthy. So yeah, again, the welds are semi decent on this. Like, I'm not going to say it's the best stuff in the world, but again, I was expecting worse. It's polished up quite nice, and seems like it is joined quite well. Can't really see any. It's quite uniform, actually. What I'll say is the welding and everything is pretty uniform on this, so I'm not too concerned about it. And I think it should stand the test of time a little bit. I might drop a bit of paint just on this little bit here, just that little bit there, I feel like it could rust over time, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, so it comes with, both sides come with gaskets, and they've given me some extra bolts, because obviously if you buy this to go onto your original overaxial pipe, you need a new gasket and bolts, but because I've bought an X-Pipe as well, you know, I've got some extra bolts, which I will need, because more than likely the head bolts will strip. So maybe we can just run these up in there, depending on the sizing and all that sort of stuff. However, I have seen videos online, and everyone who's going to do this job strips these bolts. So I think this is one of those times I will more than likely just pay a shop to do this, and more than likely I'm going to take it to BWA Auto, because they are pretty good. They're pretty renowned for working on Porsches and things like that. They're a bit closer to me than Auto House Hamilton, because they're North Sydney and I'm sort of Southwest Sydney. And BWA have been pretty good with me, so no reason not to take them. And I know Bob there has a jig, apparently. There's a jig that you can buy online for these things that helps you drill, tap, you know, put the new bolts in. So this is one of those things, I hate to pay labour, I really do hate to pay labour, but this is one of those things I think something is worth doing, and getting someone professional to do it. So we've got the headers, we've got the X-Pipe, which is pretty cool, and again, not too bad quality for the price you pay. I don't think it's that bad. And I didn't want to go straight off AliExpress, because at least with DesignTek, they're renowned Porsche specialist, Design 911, you know, getting warranty and things like that is a little bit better. So I'd rather pay a couple $100 more. To go with that, I've also got new exhaust clamps, because these ones, again, a bit rusted, don't really need, these are like $40, so may as well spend some money on that. And then while I'm there, part of my build with this car is getting all the touch points and all the driver feedback points really up to a standard that I'm happy with. That's why we went RS, 964 RS mounts in the back. So I've gone with the OE gearbox mount. However, to stiffen it up as well, because sometimes I know with these, if you go too hard, a lot of NVH goes into the car. So I've gone a brand new OE mount with some Powerflex bushes. So this combo, I think, should be a little bit more of a streetable setup. So, and I'm pretty happy with it. Like, it, you know, looks pretty clean once it goes in there, and you know, the boys can press this in. Again, this is one of those jobs that I don't have the actual tool to press this out, which is frustrating, because you need a specific type for these in the car. So I'm again going to get someone to do this. I hate paying for labour, but you know, it's one of those things you have to do. So that, and also to improve feedback, the brakes are fantastic on the car already. However, I was fortunate when I bought the car that the original owner gave me a brand spanking new set of brake lines, the hard lines. So all the hard lines I've got in here, including the little bungs as well. So I'm gonna fill all the bungs and connectors. Good one, Kenny. All the bungs and connectors that go into the car, into the brake system, I'm gonna do. And again, this is something I can do at home. This is not hard, but while the car's there, I'm thinking just get them to do it and it's be done. And on top of that, I went some black diamond brake lines for the car as well. So I thought, while we're there, we may as well get some nice stainless steel lines, which will help the car again feel that little bit better, that brake pedal bite and all that sort of stuff. Again, it's not bad. It's actually quite good in the car, but if I was going to do this, I may as well do the full system, bleed it once and once only, and be done with it. So that's the plan for the car. And then once that's all done, I've got some other bits and pieces. I've got some short shifter. Got some bushings for the front sway bar, and there's something else there. I forget. There's something else that I need to throw in the car. And I've also, off camera before, I did the rear sway bar bushings as well. So that's, again, have I felt improvement? Not necessarily, but I haven't pushed the car that hard at the moment, so to figure out if it has worked or not. But I don't know NVH or anything like that. I went with a Super Pro. I think it was a 90 diameter rear sway bar bush, the purple one. So it was, yeah, it was great. So once this is all in, hopefully the car sounds good, and I'm happy that I got a PSE, so I can get the valves on and off, which will be pretty cool. And then we'll see if I'm happy with it, and see if I want to keep it or I want to sell it. I don't know yet. But yeah, steering wheel's in. All the touch points in the car are getting to the point that I'm going to be happy with it. And through the corners, the car's fantastic on a street tyre, and it, you know, it's quicker than M3s and whatnot through the bends through with a 200 treadwear tyre. So, you know, the car's still got some good potential in it. I'm a little bit concerned about the bore scoring and all that sort of stuff with the car, but you know, I've had it bore scoped and it's fine. It's nothing major at the moment. IMS, this is the 06 onwards car, so no real IMS issues. And other than that, the car is healthy. When I have a run against my friends, when we go for drives, it's quick. It's not a slow car for a naturally aspirated car at the moment. So yeah, maybe with a Softronic tune and getting power out of these headers and X-Pipe, it'll give you that a little bit more as well. So I think I should be, right now I'm sort of neck and neck with E92 M3s, and I think once all that's done, it'll be that tad bit quicker as well, which I'm excited. So hopefully that works out. But yeah, that's the parts haul at the moment, and let's see what happens if I get it on, and I'll update this video. If I get it on and it was good, it was bad, then we'll know. That is just for reference, just to show underneath the car. So why I would prefer to get this done at a shop up here, so that you can see that they're well and truly rusted a little bit there, a lot more than a little bit, but it's one of those things where you kind of just want a shop to handle that, and everything works fine and everything. We can see some fair bit of surface rust there. However, it's just, let me get the camera to focus. Yeah, just a bit of rust. And this is very common on these cars, that everything else on the cars are all well and truly good, but it's just that the exhaust system is generally what rusts. Don't worry about that, I just sprayed a bit of brake cleaner there. But yeah, the rest of the car's all right. Nothing major, just some bolts that I just got to do, but that's fine. And that's the Super Pro bushing that I dropped in there, and over this side. But yeah, the rest of the car's in good nick. Just a little bit of surface rust on a couple of items, but I'm going to get some new end links and maybe some new bolts, but nothing major. And it's just, yeah, it's just a couple of clamps, small stuff, and just the exhaust really that needs to be tidied up. So yeah, I'll take it to BWA because they can get into these nuts and whatnot, get rid of all that stuff there, and then we'll have a clean exhaust on there and everything will be fine and dandy. That's what we reckon. So yeah, stay tuned and see what happens.